Good morning, everyone. You're still awake? I know we have lunch coming up. First of all, I want to thank all the organizers, all the people that work so diligently behind the stage and in front of the stage to putting on such a great conference here, and thank you for inviting me to speak. Again, my name is Boris von Bormann, CEO for Mercedes-Benz Energy. You might have heard about the Mercedes-Benz part, not the energy part, so I'm going to take you a little journey for 10 minutes on how Mercedes-Benz Energy sees the future of electric transportation, of energy, and how we develop this whole ecosystem. So you see a great quote here from our chairman, Dr. Zetsche. We just launched last week at the International Auto Show in Frankfurt a lineup of electric vehicles to the year 2022. You see there the GLA on stage and the Project One on stage, two cars that couldn't be more different. One is a full electric, normal GLA small class vehicle that you can use for urban or mid-sized travel that's going to be on the market in 2022. The car next to it, it's the Project One. It's around $3 million, 275 limited capacity of what we make, so 275 cars that we're going to make on this. Also, just a 1.6-liter engine and Formula One technology on electric drive, so it has a full battery. It has a range of 25 kilometers, full electric. So a little bit different, but it has around 1,000 horsepower. So if you're interested, let me know. But unfortunately, all sold out. Daimler, as we all know, and I promised Dennis McGinn to bring in the quote. There's one more quote that Dr. Zetsche, our chairman, did. It said, the electric transportation or electric vehicles are similar to a ketchup bottle. Now you're wondering, well, how does that compare, you know? So what he says is, well, with a ketchup bottle, you know it's coming, but you don't know when and by how much. And it's kind of like the electric vehicles in the market, unfortunately, at the moment. So we, as a car maker, are very much challenged in how to predict that market and how to prepare for that market. We obviously are putting a lot of focus on it. We heard the 1% proliferation of electric vehicles in the market at the moment, or total install base. However, I think now that all the major car makers are pushing into that market as strongly as we are at Daimler and others are going in there as well, we're going to see a big change in that. How do we change to that total ecosystem that's necessary to bring electric transportation to it? At Daimler, we have a vision on it, and you see it on the screen right now, which we label CASE. CASE stands for connected, autonomous, shared, and electric. So with these four acronyms, we really cover the whole range where we see what's necessary to really make that transformation from a full combustion engine car automobile maker to a mobility as a service company, where we see our future and what we believe is necessary to sustain the success that we have in the market and also to offer the product that people are interested in the future. Connected, you're looking at very different things. You're looking at connected cars, you're looking at connecting people, you're looking at communities. As you might know, we own 100% a shared ride service called Car2Go, which we've also launched in the US and San Diego as a test project over several years, a couple of years ago. We have that fully deployed in Germany. Autonomous vehicles we're looking at, so self-driving cars. We've been on the forefront with our S-Class there and in many other areas. We just also last week launched or showcased the concept car of a smart vehicle that can actually follow another vehicle autonomously, so that way you can transport luggage if you need more than 2 or 3 people in the car with luggage traveling to a destination. You have 2 cars that are actually following autonomous behind each other. Shared services, obviously in the market. We're all familiar with some of the companies that are in this area here and strong in shared services. And then electric. So for electric, for us, there's many different areas that touch on electric. Obviously, we're looking at the electric car. And the back here, you see our first launch that we showed in April 2016, which is actually going to hit the market in 2018, end of 2018, which is our GLC-based electric vehicle. So it's called the EQC. It's a full-range electric vehicle. We currently plan to have 10 plug-in vehicles on the market by 2018, and we're going to have about 10 full electric vehicles on the market by 2022. This vehicle right here has a range of 500 kilometers. So when I look into the audience here, and I know I'm in San Jose and in California, How many people of you own an electric vehicle by show of hands? So there's quite a few out there. Could be a lot more. I expected more in this audience. We got to work on this here. Of those people that just showed their hands, how many also own their own charger at home and also their own solar system on the roof, if I can see that? All right, so there's quite a few out there. So what we really see is, and you're wondering, how does a car maker connect into the home? And this is also what Mercedes-Benz Energy does, is we connect the various pieces within an ecosystem that's necessary to drive the electrification of transportation in our minds. So you start with an EV. Obviously, the next question is, how do you charge it? You need a wall box at home, most likely, to make it more convenient, or obviously there's charging infrastructure, public charging infrastructure that you can attach to if you do not have your own home or are renting or an apartment. Next areas that we can play with is obviously, in some areas, the deregulated energy markets. I know gentlemen from PG&E might not hear that as well, but in Germany we have, for example, a completely deregulated retail energy market. We can launch our own energy tariffs that will bring down the cost of an electric vehicle that people obviously are looking for. Then energy management, and we all want to connect to what we're doing with our phones, right? So if it's your sprinkler system at home or your vehicle, obviously you're charging your energy, your smart home system, it's very important that we have that and that we can connect into those. As the next steps, obviously, we want to bring in together a community that works on that, share information. That's the shared service that I mentioned before. We're looking at energy efficiency in the home, bringing in smart home, and that's when we bring in solar and energy storage. We just launched at Mercedes-Benz our own storage system last year in Germany on a global scale, and we also launched in the United States our own storage system based on batteries that are made in the vehicles. One interesting aspect that you can look there also at is that with the increase of electric vehicles in the market, we see that by 2022, 23, it is predicted that 1 out of 4 vehicles is going to be electric. You're going to have a lot of batteries that are in vehicles that are driving around in the market. If I look at the battery market at the moment and all the figures that we've seen, I see that just Daimler alone, so the company that I work for, in 2024 puts out as much capacity, about 3 times as much capacity as the total global energy storage market, stationary storage market. So, and that's just Daimler alone. So if you look at all the other companies that are out there, you know, there's many, many electric vehicle companies out there. You're going to have a really strong capacity in the market, and you're going to have a flood of batteries. So what do we do with those batteries? We have the vision of obviously putting these and putting them in second use and putting these in energy storage at a home, at a business, or in large-scale utility applications to support the grid and also buildings. So when you see, and you saw that by a show of hands here, people that are interested in an electric vehicle are really more keen in terms of their mindset to open up their home and also to other measures. You suddenly become more aware of your energy usage. You're going to become more aware of how the system at home works. You want more transparency. And I think, therefore, as an automaker, we have a great chance to push this into the home. So myself, personally, when I bought my first EV, and I have to admit it wasn't a Mercedes-Benz, about 3.5 years ago, I looked at a home charger. So I put in a home charger, and I said, hey, that would be really great if I could just drive my car with solar energy, right? So I had a home energy system installed. And then I thought, well, and as a gentleman from PG&E mentioned earlier, right now it doesn't really make sense to put a battery unless you really, really want it. However, I really wanted it, and I wanted to drive green. So I wanted to use my own energy into my car and make sure that whatever I do, I drive completely with my own solar energy and put that into on the road. So I've installed my own battery, had solar on the roof. But right now, that's something that people are doing on their own. You have to be more electrical engineer, and I'm not, so it's very difficult to put that in. So that's what our vision is at Mercedes-Benz. So in the future, we want to take care of this whole ecosystem from A to Z. We want to make sure that the customer experience is seamless, it's easy, and we're going to be able to drive you not only with the vehicle, but also provide mobility services, shared services, and provide a total ecosystem for electric transportation, and to push that envelope further into the home so that you can be completely energy neutral or carbon neutral on your way to electric transportation. And with that, I'm out of time. Thank you very much for your attention.